What a way to kick off 2026. Arsenal have just secured a massive 3-2 victory over Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium, extending their lead at the top of the Premier League to either 6 or 7 points, depending on how Man City fare against Chelsea tomorrow. And this wasn't just a win, it was a revenge mission for Mikel Arteta's side. We lost both of these fixtures against Cherries last season, and it was vital that we got a win today. Now, coming off a brutal stretch of matches, you could call it a relentless churn of matches since mid-November, the Gunners showed personality and presence of a team that refuses to crumble. It wasn't always pretty, it certainly wasn't comfortable, but they survived a serious test on the South Coast. Now, before a ball was even kicked, there were storylines everywhere. The man of the moment, Declan Rice, passed a late fitness test after a knee injury kept him out of the midweek game against Aston Villa. And interestingly, Arteta opted to rotate the attack. He benched Saka and Leandro Trossard in favour of Madueke and Gabriel Martinelli. It was an interesting change due to the fact that I guess you could say we had our least technical players in the front line on the pitch, the players that find it harder to hold up the ball. I suggested prior to the game that it might be for transition, but nevertheless, there was one attacking player on the pitch that I think everyone had their eyes on, and that was Antoine Semenyo. He's been hugging home fans before kickoff amidst rumours of a Man City move. Meanwhile, £67.5 million summer signing Eberechi Eze remained an unused sub for the fourth league match in a row. Could be a growing concern, especially in a World Cup year for Eze, but we won't get into that too much tonight. Now, the Gabriel roller coaster. The game just got off to a disastrous start. In the 10th minute, usually uber reliable Gabriel Magalhaes had a moment of madness, playing a really odd pass that didn't seem to have a clear target, either underhitting it to David Raya or missing Jurrien Timber entirely. Evan Nielsen seized that gift, slotting into an empty net for only his third goal of the season. And it was one of those odd ones where you quite often feel, I had flashbacks of last season with the Saliba thing against Bournemouth. I also have flashbacks of Mustafi, of all people, and the mistakes that we had. But this felt different because Gabriel, I think it was against Fulham a couple of seasons ago, did something similar and just showed, he's just got the presence of mind to not let his head drop and always keep going. And I just had faith in him. I put out a tweet saying I have faith in him to make amends for this, and by word he did. Arteta was obviously furious, heading straight for his seat in the dugout. However, Gabriel responded with a remarkable character, I guess you could say. Just 6 minutes later, after Noni Madueke destroyed his fullback and a brilliant individual run to the byline, the ball eventually fell to Gabriel, who lashed home an equaliser. He became the first Arsenal player since Bukayo Saka in August 2023 to both score and commit an error leading to a goal in the same match. Now, for the tactical breakdown, because I know most people want to hear about that, the pressing machine, Bournemouth and their hybrid press. We have to give credit to Iriola's side. Despite losing 3 of the best defenders over the summer in Huijsen, Zabarani, and Kerkez, Bournemouth remains a pressing machine. They use their hybrid press to cut off central spaces, central routes, forced Arsenal into a disjointed first half. And Arsenal actually struggled to find their rhythm. They failed to register a single shot between the 18th and the 54th minute. And Zubimendi and Rice looked uncharacteristically sloppy, tired even. Well, Gyökeres was kept quiet and unable to hold up the ball. It was un-Arsenal-like. There are a lot of individual errors. There are a lot of mislaid passes. There are a lot of people that didn't look comfortable in the ball. And then the Declan Rice Masterclass truly began. Now, since the start of 2025, only Phil Foden has scored more goals from outside the box than Declan Rice now. And the 55th minute, following a flick on by Martinelli and the hard work of Gyökeres, Martin Odegaard showed elite awareness. Hearing Rice's call without even looking up, a blind pass rolled right into Rice's path, burying it into the bottom corner. And then in the 72nd minute, I believe, super sub Bukayo Saka had only been on for a couple of minutes when he races onto a perfectly weighted Odegaard pass, and he just cuts the ball back again with Rice clinical from close range and finishes again. And this was Rice's first ever Premier League brace in his 296th appearance. Arteta later called his performance outstanding and a big message to the team. When asked about, his level and being world class, he said that he doesn't have a ceiling. And I couldn't agree more. Declan Rice has become an all-phase midfielder now. He's not just someone that's great in stopping transitions. His dead balls are amazing. His ability to win in the air, his carrying with the ball, his switches of play have been incredible. And now he's coming up with goals as well. He has been an absolute revelation. You could say it was a pip at £100 million. Now, Arsenal looks home and dry at 3-1. But the Cherries wouldn't quit, and we know that about them. And Krupi fired in an unstoppable 25-yard effort past David Raya to set up a nervous 15 minutes at the end of the game. I've got to say, the lack of backlift in that shot was unbelievable. He's got some potential, that player. Some analysts probably felt that Raya might have been beaten a little bit too easily, seeing as the shot wasn't tucked into the top corner or directly into the bottom corner. It was kind of at that middle height, an easy one. If you're a penalty taker, it's the worst kind of height. But nevertheless, he's unsighted by the angle of the shot, and that is what it is. And Krupi is now the top scoring teenager for a Premier League club this season with 6 goals, while Arsenal's late substitutes like Jesus and Leandro Trossard struggled to hold the ball up. The Gunners' defence eventually nullified the late pressure to secure the win. Now, this was Arsenal's 5th straight league win, and they are proving they don't crumble like they used to. They showed the individual personality required to win, even when the performance wasn't at its max. Next up, massive showdown against Liverpool on Thursday night. Can the Gunners keep the momentum going? Let us know your thoughts on Rice's brace and Gabriel's redemption in the comments. Don't forget, you know football. I just talk it. Like and subscribe. Forward out.